Hey, welcome to Road to Phase 1. I'm gonna see you guys real soon in the stream.
We're gonna be throwing challenge after challenge at people, so do your craft, be ready to expand a little bit.
Being yourself is the best way to be a participant in this contest, right? Put what that is out there to the world.
The most important thing is doing your own thing. Whatever that may be yourself, most importantly. That's your biggest advantage.
What would you do with $1 million? Or a brand new Nissan GTR? Or how about a $250,000 brand deal? Well, one person is walking away with this in the biggest recruitment challenge of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phase 1. So what exactly is Phase 1? I'm glad you asked. It's a global recruitment challenge run by FaZe Clan to find the next FaZe member. Similar to Phase 5, like I joined from last year, this time it's called Phase 1, which you guessed it, means they're picking one person to walk away with all those prizes and have a spot at joining FaZe. Basically, how it works is anyone can enter into Phase 1, then FaZe pick 100 people to make it through to the next round. Those 100 will go through a series of challenges and then it'll get narrowed down to just 20 people. Now get this, those 20 people will all be flown out to LA to live into a content house, and for 14 days they'll do even more crazy challenges, and from there one person is picked to be the winner of Phase 1. So how can you enter into Phase 1? Well, it's easy. All you gotta do is go to their website and sign up, then make a 1 to 3 minute video on why you want to join FaZe Clan and what you would do with a $1 million signing bonus. You don't have to be some sort of big creator either. This applies to everyone. My man FaXity joined FaZe last year with only a few thousand followers. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm gonna be a huge part of Phase 1 this year. I got so much content planned and I'm gonna be reacting to all your Phase 1 submissions live on stream right here on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of that, as well as all the fire content I've planned for this year. I hope this video inspired you to make a sick submission video. There's only 1 week left, so good luck to everyone going for Phase 1. I'll be supporting you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Hello.
What
up?
up?
We're back.
How's it going, everybody? Who's hitting me with a FaXity stream? Or sorry, FaXity scream. I need to hear it. Apex.
I don't know what it is, but let's go! What's up, baby?
Tico, you're stepping in and you're sitting in his chair, bro. That's a hard thing to fill when you gotta scream as loud as him. But FaXity, we love you. We hope you're enjoying your honeymoon. FaXity's out there living it up, having fun. I think he's in Hawaii. I don't know, but we got Tico here gladly stepping in today. So welcome back, guys.
Yeah, so much love to FaXity, obviously, who couldn't make it this week, but will continue to join us throughout the rest of the streams. Much love to Jacob for stepping in and joining us this week. We've got a great show for everyone today. Not only is Tico joining us, we got FaZe Temper. We also have a couple former Phase 5 winners you guys will all be familiar with in Scope and Flea, as well as a former Phase 5 contestant who's now working at FaZe Clan. His name's Trek, and we'll get to that as well. Obviously, we have more Q&A as well as more information about the contest. We got a lot of great things for you coming this week. The challenges that we're seeing so far, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but some people are getting on the early wave and submitting. There's some really great stuff out there. I'm pretty excited about what I'm seeing.
I was low-key shocked to see some submissions already. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's not super early, but I was like, wait, hold on. This is like, I haven't actually watched any of them yet, but I have made a couple notes. But yeah, we got an interesting show today. And I don't know if you guys remember, everyone who's been paying attention, we mentioned last week, I mentioned it kind of at the end. I told you guys there's a little sneak peek. I didn't get yelled at too bad, but we're giving away an ultimate gaming setup. All right. So we're going to go through the details of what that means. Okay. By the way, my setup, like I said, you know, and not to flex it or anything, the guy who built it is Trek, who's going to be on the show later. But if you want anything like a setup that you've seen from all your favorite YouTubers, like Tico's got, like Seabass got, like we all got, we're going to be giving away an entire setup. We're going to mention that later in this episode. But we got some other great giveaways as well. Every episode, we got cool stuff to give away. So aside from that, there's other stuff. We're going to have a good stream. Let's get it. I'm excited.
And guys, remember, please, if you're watching this, the registrations are still open. Go sign up, FaZe Clan/Phase 1. You gotta do it. I said it last time. I'm gonna say it again. You have nothing to lose. Go for it. I better see your guys' submissions, man. Go get it.
Yeah, you got a chance at a spot in FaZe. You got a chance at $1 million signing bonus in crypto, courtesy of MoonPay. You got a chance at a $250,000 sponsorship in G Fuel. You got a chance at a Nissan GTR. And as we just mentioned, you've got a chance, even if you don't want to compete, just at the gaming setup, just by signing up. All you have to do is sign up, and you've got yourself a chance at winning the ultimate gaming setup. Also, something else we'll get to later in the stream, but we want to get the news out there. We are going to extend the submission date a couple days. I believe it's to the 14th, a little Valentine's Day luck. We'll confirm that later in the show, but we want to get the information out there at the top that we're giving a couple extra days. We want to make sure you guys have the weekend to work on things. So we're giving it a couple extra days on submissions until the 14th. We'll give you the official news as the show continues, but want to hit that right at the top so everyone knows.
Good. I didn't even know that. I'm glad.
Nice.
All right, guys. More time to get your thoughts going. But we got a Q&A coming as well, so stick around. Let's just get to it though. We got FaZe Temper, the OG, the one who recruited me, who recruited Tico and Seabass, the guy who brought us all together.
The man who brought everyone together.
Let's introduce him real quick. If you don't know him, and now you're gonna know him. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? My name is FaZe Temper.
Let's go!
Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a temper shot. FaZe Temper, I'm out.
Oh. What is that card, Tommy?
What's
You got your
What
own
up, man? How are you?
What's up, fellas? How we feeling today?
Good.
Man, that was a nice
Great.
little intro.
So wait, how you
That temper
feeling?
shot made me so happy.
I know.
I just want to say that.
The temper shot is a big throwback, but just let's get to business real fast. How's the training going, Tommy? I'm trying to see this dude get his ass knocked out. I'm sorry to cut.
Training's going amazing. I'm actually super hyped. That's only in a month from now. A month and 2 days, and we got fight day.
We are just talking about, all three of us were just talking about how we're gonna have to make it out there. So
Yup.
Oh,
We're excited,
man.
man.
I'll be so hyped to see you boys out there.
Gotta be there to
Have to,
support you,
man.
bro.
100%.
Need that for sure.
Man, I'm curious. Like, I know obviously we're here to discuss phase one and we'll get to it, but I know a lot of people have interest in what Tommy's doing with the fight. And I'm curious, like, for as long as I've known Tommy, he's had such a great interest in martial arts. Like, I would love to know how different actually training for a fight compares to some of the things that you've done previously.
Oh, it's a whole different level, a whole different pace of training. Like I've never trained nearly as hard as I have been like the last 6 months. But it's just a whole different pace, man. It's like I'm sleeping a lot more, taking naps a lot more, just because like my body needs to recover and like just naturally, it's just a lot. But it's amazing. I love it. There's, as
You're
Dap
built
would
for
say-
this.
As a dad would say, I love it. So
I really think you were built for something like that. I'm so glad that you're putting like everything into it. And I've seen some videos. I can't say who, I guess, but let's just say I've seen some sparring videos and Tommy's destroying someone who's supposed to be one of the top
wait.
YouTuber. Okay, I'll stop. But
I didn't
Tommy's
even know
knocking
that.
someone out.
We'll save that for the fight.
Okay.
Save it for the
All right,
fight.
I'm not saying anything. Let's get into phase one though, so we don't leak anything. I'm gonna start leaking.
For
Seabass.
sure. You're all good. You're all good. We'll keep it on phase one. So, Tommy, just going directly there, obviously we've had submissions open for about a week. There's a little bit over a week left. And as we've seen, some people have either started to submit early or got on an early wave of just letting us know what's to come. I'm curious if there's anything you've seen that's come through, whether your timeline or just by word of mouth, what you've seen browsing, if you've caught anything so far that's really impressed you.
yeah, I haven't seen a lot of submissions, but the ones that I have seen are crazy, man. I've seen some really sick stuff the last like couple of weeks, especially the last week. Just on my timeline, really. Like I'll just look at my mentions and stuff, and I'm seeing all these. Even the hashtag phase one, I'm seeing some pretty sick stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was just going to say, I think people are doing a really great job at putting themselves out there. Like, even if all we need is that 1 to 3 minute submission video, and obviously people are waiting until they know what they want to do and it's ready to submit that. And we're expecting a lot of those to continue to come in towards the end. But people are still taking it upon themselves to say, well, look, the whole time this is open, people are paying attention to what I have to offer. Let me go show you that right away. Right. And I think all of us can really speak to, all we have to do is open up our timeline, whether it's, via phase one, something trending, our mentions, it's everywhere. People are going out of their way to make sure we see it.
Yeah, that's the point I was gonna make too. I haven't seen an actual, like I haven't watched an actual submission yet. I mentioned that I've seen that people are posting them already.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any submissions, but I've seen so much content from people that are just making themselves seen and heard by using the hashtag and posting content. So that's an important point. You don't only have to post your submission video. Like it's a good way to get on the radar. Again, like I mentioned last week, I got personally a TweetDeck column open with FaZe 1 hashtag, and all day I just see anything coming through that. So there's been a lot. And, you know, I mentioned last week also about how you got to stand out. And we were just joking around with Adapt about someone should put a bucket on their head and you could be bucket man. And that's how you can stand up. Well, obviously, the man that we remember from last year, and we mentioned Seabass at the first episode too, that he's always doing creative things. Potter, he did it with a bucket. And listen, I think he took a shot at me.
We should roll it.
I think he was, you know, for whatever reason, I always get thrown in for being short, but let's roll this clip from Potter. People are asking if you need to show your face in your video. The answer is no.
That would be like one of the things that would be cool, that like would almost stand you out from the others, if you had like a bucket on your head and no one knew who you were.
The bucket man, bro.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Look at this.
No! I love it! Let's go, baby!
Oh, he went for a dap too. Okay, fine.
Vouch. He hit it the line. Oh my god! Holy frick! FaZe Potter, baby!
Potter's
he's been putting out content too.
Bro, Apex, I gotta put you on the spot, man. He just said at the end of the video, Apex, do I have your vouch?
Bro, I vouched for him in the first episode. I said, this man's, I know he's gonna show up and do crazy things. He did it all last year. And like I said, if he gets to the top 20 house later in the challenge, I'm sure he's gonna continue to stand out. Dude, I saw something yesterday of him hitting a shot in the bathtub or something. I don't even know what he's doing.
Underwater
on
the football field.
Guys,
that was out of this world.
That's my point.
Underwater.
He hasn't even made. I mean, I haven't seen a submission from him. I don't think he's made his actual submission yet. But look at guys, this guy's all over the stream, all over everyone's mentions because he's just going crazy. So don't, you know, you got to stand out. Don't be sleeping on this challenge from any direction at all. You got to do everything you can. So.
No, I think he's a great example of just putting yourself out there, right? Obviously, we're asking for a submission, and the submission is what we'll judge. But that doesn't mean the submission is the only way to get our attention or to get somebody else's attention. In fact, the biggest reason we're talking about Potter is because his audience is driving us towards him. It's not just him, right? Everyone's seeing it and saying, yo, you've got to check this out.
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
That daily content is great because everyone's checking out the hashtag, not just us, but like people in the scene, like what's people posting, what are they sharing? So like that daily content is sick, and like you really do see it. You get tagged in a lot. The hashtag, like, I don't know, it's awesome. It really is.
I've seen, you're right about that. Even our Valorant coach, JDM, who is a legendary CSGO player. Hold on, I gotta hit it for him real quick. JDM's known for lounging his chair and just destroying kids. But I saw him tweeting like hashtag FaZe 1, what Valorant players need a vouch or whatever. Like, you just never know. He's talking about the pro scene, and there's a lot of kids in the pro scene. You know, you just never know. Again, never know who's watching. Tico's right. What we're saying, don't sleep on it. Don't feel like it's not necessary. No one's gonna see it. Not just do your thing. So it's exciting. I'm glad we're kicking this off, brother. Submissions are rolling in. I know we're gonna watch some videos today, and I'm sure in the next couple of weeks we're gonna be watching submissions. So get ready, guys. Make content so we can watch it on the stream. So, real quick though, Tommy, we saw the beginning. You're warming up, hitting a couple shots. Listen, man, I don't know who's putting you on the spot. This would make me nervous. But if you're gonna go box someone, you got to get your nerves out. So we have a challenge today for Tommy. All right, no cracking under pressure, Tommy. All right, I know you could do this. You got the clean shot. You're really good at basketball. You got 60 seconds, Tommy. We're gonna do a little challenge here to give away some stuff to the fans. So we're gonna put 60. We're gonna put a minute on the clock. 60 seconds. Every shot you make, we're gonna give away a voucher, a FaZeClan.com voucher to the people in the chat, so you can buy some merch like this one. You can buy a flag like that's on Tico's wall. You can buy some whatever you can find on the website. So Tommy, can you make your way to the basketball court, please?
I got you. Hey, hopefully. Hopefully, I still got the same shot as before I came in here.
Don't embarrass not us, but Lethal Shooter. Lethal Shooter,
man, Chris Matthews, man.
Yeah, our friend Lethal Shooter has spent time teaching us all some tips at basketball. So we made a video with him once, by the way, where we did this challenge. That man made like 20 shots in the minute. I couldn't believe my eyes, but
Shooter.
Yeah, I think I made like 1 or 2. Like I said, I would never go up there on this live stream, but here we go. We got 60 seconds.
I'm on the clock.
Yeah, here we go. Did he
Bro,
miss
he
that
was
one?
draining
Come on,
every
Tommy.
shot in the warm-up.
Okay, there
Let's
you go.
go.
One.
Let's go.
Ah,
Let's
okay.
go.
See,
Let's go.
warming up with some free throws, Tommy. Okay. I'm telling you, I don't know how he's committing to the. Oh no! Don't choke, Tommy.
He'll be fine, man.
You just need to get into the groove of things. Now he's overthinking.
Yeah, you just need to see a couple go in, and then it's just rhythm.
Fact.
That's all it is.
Tommy, come on. Oh man.
It's
How
2
many
in,
we
right?
at? We got a counter?
I think we got like 2 or 3 in. 2? I can't.
It's
I can't
2
fully
in. It's
keep
only
that, so
20
that's
seconds
2.
left.
Oh, this is awkward.
No,
Bro, I'll tell you this
no,
much. I played in a
no.
basketball league for the first time in my life. When you go to the free throw, I don't know what happens when you know people are watching.
Yeah.
It's scary. Oh no. Oh my God.
Man,
made
he hit
2,
5
right?
in a row in the pre-show.
He made like 5. Yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Buzzer beat.
Buzzer beater for the third.
Got it.
Sorry, fellas.
It's a shame it's a live stream because we'd have him just redo it, right?
God, poor guy. Yeah. We can't fake this
I don't know.
one.
Maybe we'll have to talk to production, see if the pre-show shots. Also
I say
count
if Tommy
towards
could
that
dunk,
time.
I say if Tommy can dunk, and I'll leave that to production. If you guys can take it back, if he can dunk, we should bump it to 5. In my opinion,
I'd like to see that.
my humble opinion. I say we let him go
I'm
for a
down.
dunk, and we get it to 5. But so far that's 2. All right, I think maybe we can come back to this. You guys think we'll talk
Yeah.
to the guys in the background. Let us know, but we'll try to get a dunk for 5 at least. Come on.
All right. So, guys, what do you got? We're going to have him dunk?
No, we're gonna have him dunk. Hold on. Is he gonna dunk? Okay, there you go.
Let's
Here we
go.
go.
Okay, Tommy.
Come on,
Okay,
Tommy.
Oh, he's got
I want to
this
see
easy.
you redeem yourself.
Bump us
Come
up
on.
to 5, Tommy. We want to give it away. No, 2.
Big
come
5.
on.
I can just go?
If he doesn't dunk, I'm just leaving the stream, by the way. After
Come on,
this.
Tommy.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no, Tommy.
We put him on the spot for another minute.
Again, go Tommy. Who's this guy? All right, that guy dunked.
That counts.
Run it back.
Here
Run
you
it
go,
back.
here
Run
you
it
go.
back. Run it back.
Oh man, this turned into a basketball stream.
Oh
no.
man, he's jumping too high.
Oh shit.
Bro, he's got the hops. He's got the form.
All right, man. We can't let him hurt himself. He's got a big fight. Look at this, off the backboard. All right, last attempt. Cut him off after this one, because I'm not trying to see Tommy get hurt. He's got to fight.
Come on, Tommy.
Oh. All right. Turn it off. Turn it off. Come back. It's fine. We're giving away 5 anyways.
I'm sorry we put you on the spot again, Tommy.
We're giving away 5. Tommy, we apologize. We're giving away 5, not 2. I'm making the executive decision for us. Tico, what do we got going on? Let's get out of this.
All right,
basketball.
guys. What do you guys say we bring on a FaZe 5 winner?
Yes.
You down?
Let's
Of
do it.
All right, everybody. Welcome, Flea.
My name is Flea, and this is the story and how I got here.
Let's go! The big Flea, man! Oh yes! Let's go! Let's go! Let's start!
Dude, let's go, bro. Flea is back, man.
Hello.
What up?
What's up?
What up?
Man himself.
How you guys
He's
doing,
my
man? It's
winner.
been a while.
Good.
Great.
How you doing? What time is it over
Good.
there?
Oh, 4:30 in the morning.
This man
It's
is on the.
rough.
This man is
Light
as
work.
far away from us as possible, out in Australia. But we appreciate you coming on, bro. 4 in the morning. Did you sleep or are you been up all night?
I've been up all night, unfortunately, but
Damn.
definitely worth it.
We love you. We
Respect.
appreciate it. This guy is a legend. He won the FaZe 5 challenge last year. So it only makes sense to bring on a FaZe 5 winner to talk to. And let's just jump into it. This man needs to go to sleep after this. So we can't take too much of your time, Flea.
True.
But as someone, again, Faxity is a host here. He's not here this week, but it's always nice to have a perspective of someone that literally won this challenge before. Obviously, the stakes are higher this year. There's only going to be one winner. And unfortunately for you, Flea, I think you got like a $20,000 G Fuel sponsorship. This year it's $250,000. You missed out a little bit. You missed out on the $1 million in crypto. It's fine though. It's fine. You're here. We're here anyways. But what do you think made you stand out last year during FaZe 5?
What made me stand out last year? I'm really grateful because when FaZe 5 was coming around last year, my channel was actually in a really good spot already. And I already had a lot of hype around my name. So I feel like that kind of gave me momentum that as soon as you guys started teasing that you were going to do an RC and that I think you hadn't done one in like 7 years, it kind of just as soon as I announced that I was going for it, I just had the support of what felt like the world going into the challenge. So that was like really huge for me. I'm super grateful for that. And I just gave it my all, to be honest.
Yeah, you definitely did, and you're right. We could tell by the quality of the content you were putting out. I think
100%.
to answer from myself, just one thing Seabass mentioned about Potter, which is definitely was the case with Flea last year, is the support of your community too. Was a obviously I'm not saying that's a reason that you won. You won because of how well you did in the challenge, but you had so much support that it was impossible to miss what you were doing too. And I know that some people look at that as a disadvantage because maybe they don't have fan bases or whatever that are as big as other creators. But like I've mentioned on every week so far, there was also people with 4 or 5 million subscribers that entered that gave it maybe 5% of their effort that didn't get anywhere far. So it's not the deciding factor, but if you do, even if you have 5 fans, 1 fan, 10, whatever it is, to have them supporting you and to show them how much you want to do it along with the work that you're putting in, it's important. Everything together is what makes you succeed in the challenge. So Flea, you crushed it overall. And what I would ask you then, what was the hardest part of competing? Because again, a lot of people have doubts or whatever. I'm assuming that you were someone that maybe had some doubts as well that you had to kind of put aside and just go for it. But what was the hardest part of actually competing last year for you?
The hardest part, 100% hands down, were the challenges. As soon as everyone got into top 100, we didn't know what we were getting into, and then we'll just hit with, I think it was 4 challenges in the top 100, and it was a 5-day challenge, then a 2-day, and then a 5-day, and then a 2-day. So it was literally grinding for 2 weeks straight.
Yep.
And finishing on the last challenge, I think that was a challenge where we had to collab with another FaZe 5 member, and literally from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to sleep, I was just working on this big video with my mate 12th Hour, and we were just trying to create the best piece of content we could in such a short time frame. And that's honestly why I liked FaZe 5 so much, because it really just pushed you to your absolute limits to see how good of a piece of content and how hype you could get something in such a short amount of time. And it's also a really good thing to learn as well, because content creation is always so fast paced. You got to put your all into what you make, and then as soon as you finish that piece of content, it's on to the next one. There's no time for breaks. You can't just spend like a whole month on like something big, because that's just not smart in the whole YouTube world. It's kind of make something in like 2 to 3 days, and then you're on to the next one. So FaZe 5 really pushed me in the direction to learn what can I actually achieve in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point. I remember that from back in the days too, especially when we made a lot of content Apex. It was that constant, like, you had an idea, you made a video, and then like you said, that same night you instantly got to think about the next video, because if you don't have it, the next day is probably wasted because the day just runs by. And if you don't have a video planned, it's so true, man. And just to continue talking about content, I have a question. Do you feel like your content has changed since you joined FaZe? Like, did anything specifically change, or did you kind of stick to that same groove, same things that you've been doing, or how's that?
Yeah, so it's funny actually ask that, because everything I made for the FaZe 5 challenges, I actually look back on it, and from like an editing standpoint and just really like everything overall, I could just do everything 10 times better now. And I've learned so much. And I feel like I've just gained so many skills over the last year, even though it wasn't a huge year for people in the Fortnite scene on YouTube. I've learned so much, and my content has come a long way, and it's really just pushed me to just learn new skills and just get really, really good at pre and post production when it comes to videos. So, and also,
that's awesome.
Just learning what to focus on YouTube as well, and realizing how important thumbnails are and titles over certain types of videos, and how to engage your audience from the first literally 2 seconds of a video. Just stuff like that. It's really, the whole social media world is like kind of moving in a direction, and if you don't adapt and stick with it, and kind of you just get left behind, and your content kind of like, isn't as relevant as what it can be. You really just got to keep moving forward, keep adapting to all the changes. Otherwise, it's just how it is.
Something you mentioned, what I really like to hear as someone, this is our goal of the challenge, right? Is to make people feel like they're being hit with a bunch of things from left field, just random different things that you're gonna have to adapt to. And I'm glad that that is what you felt last year in the challenge, and obviously did a really good job at doing whatever we threw at you. But that's like the main goal here too, is to throw anything at a creator and see what they could do with it, because to be successful in this world, you have to be able to adapt. That's the only reason FaZe is still here, is because we went from trick shotting to then vlogging, and then we started getting into other games. And the only reason we continue to grow is because we were adapting. And it's, you know, it's always good to, even if you have something that you mainly stick on, like you, for example, are mainly a Fortnite creator, the fact that you can, if you want to take your camera out one day and do a vlog, you can do it, you know, a day in the life. If you want to go do whatever, you have the skill set to be able to create any piece of content. I just think it's super important to work on those skills, because yeah, that's something we're going to definitely do in this year. And I think it's going to be even harder this year with the challenges we're going to throw at people, because it's going to be a 24-hour stream at some point. They're not going to have any time to sleep, seems like. But I think it's a really good point to just learn more skills and to widen your skill set so you can adapt to whatever you need to do. The world changes so much. YouTube changes so much. So
yeah,
that's actually a great point. Yeah.
100% agree. Are we gonna? Is there any information that we can kind of give out right now about the top 20 situation? Because I did see, I just will say, I did see Banks' story yesterday. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, and he actually showed off a little bit of the FaZe warehouse, if we're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah,
Is
of course.
is that got anything to do with FaZe 1?
Yes. So I don't know. You're on to something, but I don't know what we can say yet, because things aren't confirmed.
It's coming.
What we will say is this: for the top 20, we've mentioned it before. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, this challenge is open to the whole world. Again, FaZeClan.com/FaZe1. I almost said Phase 5. FaZe1. FaZeClan.com/FaZe1. Go sign up. After you all sign up and submit your videos, all the information is here and on the streams and whatever on the website. We narrow it down to 100 people. From 100, we're going to 20. So the difference this year is we are putting all 20 people, we're flying them in from all around the world to an undisclosed location. And they're going to live in an undisclosed location together for 2 weeks.
Still undisclosed.
Still undisclosed. Flea might have leaked a little bit of stuff, but it's an undisclosed location.
He's a smart guy.
There'll be a 24-hour live stream, and you're going to be living with all your competitors. So think Squid Games without getting killed, hopefully. That's what we're aiming for here. So that is the information we can give right now about the top 20, Flea. We'll get more, though. This is going to be here. The show's here every Thursday to give out more info. So when we're ready, we will announce it. But you're on to something, Flea. I'll just say
I was just putting 2 and 2 together. I just saw Banks' story, and
oh yeah,
you know, I was seeing.
I'm sure you're not the only one who.
Yeah, I was seeing whether these FaZe 1 intros to the stream. By the way, I didn't actually think they were live until just then. I thought they were like pre-recorded.
Yeah,
but that's actually live. That's so cool.
That was live. And in terms of Banks, I'll just say for the last 10 years, it's been one of the biggest struggles of my life trying to get him to not leak things and say things he shouldn't say. So if you guys want to see stuff you probably shouldn't see, you should follow Banks. But
that's like the greatest plug ever.
Yeah.
All right, Flea, I have another question actually. From someone that's from Sweden and kind of joined FaZe in an era where, or even to this day, I'm like the only one from here. I have a question for you. How does it feel to be the only FaZe member like from your continent? Like, do you ever get lonely as far as making content with the same people? Because I know obviously the time difference is a huge thing. When you're gaming, there's ping involved. It might be hard to queue up with certain people. So how do you kind of balance that, or do you just solely rely on making content by yourself?
Yeah, so just like you said, not only is the time difference a huge struggle, and it is a lot with my US mates, but also ping is a big thing. And Fortnite being like one of the most ping-based games I think I've ever played. It's almost impossible to actually play with Americans. I've had so many people and so many FaZe members hit me up to play, and it's just like the whole ping thing and then the whole time thing, it kind of almost always falls through. So it does get, as far as like content wise, it does get a little lonely. And I do feel like as well, I'm missing out on a lot of opportunities not being in the center of, like, for example, LA, where everyone else is. So yeah, it's got that aspect, but it also has its bonuses because you can kind of put your head down and focus and kind of get really good at your craft as well. So it's kind of like a positive and negative situation, but because I've kind of always been here and because of what's going on in the world, it's just kind of put me in this situation. I'm just dealing with it, but hopefully I can get out to you guys pretty soon.
Well, I think it's good that you were able to use, your time, especially this last year, to really build upon your skills. I know when we were first talking, you really talked about wanting to take your content out into the world and go different places, and obviously that's been tougher over the last year, but it's great that you built upon your own skills in order to do that. I think, just from my perspective, it's pretty clear that when that time comes, you'll be more than equipped and ready. I mean, even just we kind of saw you were talking about your post-production skills, like the video we ran at the start of the stream, like that was entirely you. You made that yourself. It looked a lot better than the one I shot, and we had a whole crew, right? Yeah. It was just you. I think you're incredibly talented in that respect, and when the time comes that the world is a little more open and you're able to travel like you'd originally intended, I think I can't think of many other people who have the talent and skill set you do to show it off. Who is this?
Hi Sky, what are you doing
Patrick?
Look at the little
What's
guy.
up?
What's up?
Is this the production guy that walked across the screen the other day?
Hi,
What's up, Hi Sky?
What's up?
Where are you, Hi Sky?
I am in a car driving to the hotel in LA right now, bro. It is crazy.
He's back.
What you doing in LA, man?
Welcome to LA.
Hey, we up in LA for the insane NASCAR collab, bro. This guy is gonna be crazy, bro.
I love you, Hi Sky. I love you.
That's awesome. This guy in a car, that's wild.
No, you didn't leak it, actually. We did announce it, but yeah, the NASCAR collab.
Yeah, we dropped that yesterday.
No, you didn't leak it.
I need that hat, yo. I need that hat.
FaZeClan.com. Cop it.
It looks clean.
But yeah, I believe we're all showing up to NASCAR this weekend. It's not just you. I think we got Nate Hill out there. We got a couple other guys. I shouldn't say the names because I don't. There's more people. There's a bunch of people out in LA this weekend, I think, pulling up to NASCAR. So it's pretty cool.
That is actually really cool. But how was your flight, Hi Sky?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Last time I traveled with you, and Tico can vouch on this. We all traveled to the Middle East together in Hi Sky.
True.
I could not believe how much, like anytime you look at Hi Sky, he's on his phone playing some app. You had like 5,000 apps on your phone, and you had every different game. See, Tico, am I capping at all?
No.
Put me on. What should I be playing?
He didn't even look at us. He was just playing a different game every 5 minutes.
Listen, bro, I just be playing like Clash Royale, but my internet was down, so I couldn't even play. So I just went to bed.
Man, the only game I'm playing on my phone right now is Wordle.
I got 2 out of 6 today, Seabass. 2 out of 6.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, I'm good at that game.
Never played.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. Well, man. Hi, Sky. How long are you joining us on the stream? You sticking around? We got some questions for you. What's good?
I don't know how long I'm being. I'm here to answer some questions. I don't know.
Awesome. All right. Well, why don't we try and take some? Yeah. Well, we'll be careful while he's on the road. But why don't we take some questions, guys, in the chat? On whatever stream you're on. If you want to start asking us some questions, we'll make sure our production team can pull them through, and we'll get to them pretty shortly.
I got a question for you, Hi Sky. A lot of people ask about this because you're a young kid in school, and it's hard to balance it sometimes. Coming from me, someone who also, I haven't been in school in, oh God, how long now? Almost 10 years. But wow, that's crazy. Am I that old? Wow. Hi Sky does call me a boomer. Now I'm feeling like one. Yeah, stop, Hi Sky. How do you balance as a little guy, Hi Sky? What are you, like 14? How do you balance school, creating content, hanging with your family, your friends, and all that? How do you balance everything in a healthy manner? People need this advice. It's hard.
So for school, I do online school, which makes it tons easier for me. I can do it very flexibly. I can do it whenever I want and wherever I want. So it's really nice. It's super easy too, and it's not super time consuming.
Quickly, I got another question for you, but also just so we're making sure we're setting the right example, you should show the stream that you're not driving, just so no one gets the wrong idea.
He can't even drive, Seabass. He's like 4 years old.
I know, but we got to make sure we're setting a good example for the kids.
You guys cut out.
Hi guys, show us in front of you. We need to make sure you're not driving, even though you're 4 years old. Yeah, let's.
How do I flip the camera?
Look at him.
See, guys, I'm not driving.
Okay. That's
He's
fair.
in the back.
He
wants to play Clash Royale, but we're taking his time, Seabass. Don't worry about him.
All right, Patrick,
we gotta set a good example.
I got a question for you. What's it like being the youngest member in FaZe? How is that whole kind of era been joining FaZe at that age? And do you think is there anyone else that's going to join, maybe in a FaZe 1 that's younger than you? And how is that going to kind of affect being the youngin? Because at that point, you're going to step up, and you're not gonna be, you know, the
You're gonna
youngest
be
one.
you're gonna be the boomer now.
You're
not
gonna
me.
be the boomer, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
The
Apex,
OG.
you are in your 30s, bro. Quit talking.
Kid, man.
Alright, I'm JK. But anyways, dude, like being the youngest member in FaZe, that was absolutely crazy to me. I was like, what, 12 when I joined, and that's nuts. So I'm really like, I genuinely want to see someone like younger or even just as young as me to be able to join FaZe, because like, you know, then I have like somebody to like hang out with my age and stuff. But that would be lit to see.
So we're not fun enough, basically.
Bro, when High Sky joined FaZe, I cannot. If you look back at pictures, I cannot believe how small he was. It's crazy.
I remember that
We've literally
first day.
watched this kid grow into a man. High Sky, I can't wait to see you and hug you. I love you, High Sky. We appreciate you coming. Listen, go back, go get ready for NASCAR. We got a very cool thing going on this weekend. That's why High Sky's here again. Saturday and Sunday, there's gonna be the Clash at the Coliseum race in Los Angeles, February 5th and 6th. And Seabass, is our merch gonna be sold there?
Yep, we've got merch not only online but at the Coliseum. Again, 5th and 6th LA Coliseum. It's available at FaZeClan.com as well. But if you're pulling up in LA this weekend, we've got obviously High Sky as well as Kaylee, the Nuke Squad, Blaze, Temper, Nate Hill, Replays. We got a bunch of people to come out, show love. It's gonna be great.
That's awesome. That's a fun group. High Sky, stay safe out there. Don't run anywhere near the racetrack, please. Okay, stay safe in the background and have a good time. No, you're not, High Sky. You can't even. Stop. I love you, High Sky.
Okay, bye.
Patrick.
You're so annoying. Bye, High Sky. Sorry, Flea.
This guy just called us 30.
This kid's 12 years old and he thinks he could just come ruin the stream. Sorry, Flea. Sorry.
Oh, good, man.
It's 5 a.m. This kid's trying to sleep. We got High Sky screaming about cars. Man,
that's the kind of stuff I feel like I'm missing out on being all the way over here in Australia. Like you just mentioned, like a bunch of people that are meeting up to do that collab and stuff. That's the type of stuff I feel
You'll
like.
be there soon. No worries.
the time's coming, bro. We're almost past this stage of our lives. Like you said, though, just devil's advocate. You never know. If you came here, it could have went real south. A lot of people come and they cannot balance at all the work, and it's really easy to have the fun and not work. So everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, like I think you've spent your time incredibly well. I mean, you were continuing to build upon your craft. To say you're 10 times better now than you were when you won an open FaZe recruitment challenge is pretty impressive. Also, bro, you're looking good, man. Like, shout out to you on the fitness grind. Real talk.
Thank you, bro. Yeah,
you're looking good. It's been a good year for you. Make no mistakes about that.
100%. So
awesome. So also, I wanted to ask you one more thing about the video we ran at the start of the stream. So not only was the video awesome, but so was the music. I hear you know the artist. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, about Raran. He's the homie, man. So, dude, Raran, he's pretty well integrated into the Fortnite scene. He's one of the very few really smart artists that don't copyright their music. They let anyone use it, and because of that, it's just snowballed into just like everyone uses his music for Fortnite montages, and he's completely blown up. I think he gets 1 mil monthly listeners on Spotify, and he's got like a ridiculous amount of streams. He's really just taken the smart approach to starting a music career, and I always use his music in my videos, and so do the homies in montages and stuff. And yeah, bro, Ryan's a homie.
That's fantastic, man. I think something we love to speak on this show and always throughout this competition is the amount of talent it brings out in all different types of crafts, not just gaming, but everything. I mean, I think this is someone that we love to hear about. I hope he's participating. In fact, I'd love to, I'm not sure if the production has some of his content, but I'd love to run it, even if we can get to learn a little bit more. Oh, perfect. Yeah, these guys are on the ball.
He is, he actually has already posted his FaZe 1 submission video.
Oh, fantastic. I actually haven't seen it. I'll make sure I check it out.
again.
This is crazy.
And I think, like you said, Seabass, this is just an example again of how important it is. Like, no matter what you do, just go for it. We're looking for everything. Not to mention, sorry, I'm fucking over his music, but not to mention, we've already signed Kason, who was our first, music. It's just, you never know what this challenge can bring. So, and I like what you just said, Flea, that approach. just in life in general, that approach of like him, the copyright approach. I don't know. It's kind of like that's just the way to do it, man. You're right. You gotta sacrifice at the beginning to get, you know, it's always like easy to just do what everyone else is doing, but to be able to like identify something like that as small as like, okay, I'm not gonna strike people's videos, let them use it for free, sacrifice at the beginning, it has such a long-term effect. I think just when you're, you know, learning new skills and you're focusing on creating content, you're trying these new things, it's just an important thing to keep in mind. That idea of like, where can I, you know, take the hit now to be more successful later. So that's awesome that I didn't even know that what you just said. That's amazing. But thank you, Flea, for coming. I'm gonna let you go to sleep. I always do this. I always kick people off.
Have a great night's sleep.
I kick off Tommy because he has the train. I kick off Banks. I'm kicking you off. Go sleep, Flea.
Man, thanks for joining us. Seriously.
Thank you guys.
Really
appreciate it.
We'll be checking in with you. If you got any vouchers, you know where to send them. All right. We need your opinion. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Judge.
Thank you guys. See you later.
Good night. Good morning. I mean,
that was awesome.
That was
great.
Man, the cast of winners from last year's Phase 5 are all just incredible people. You know, they all have talents in different areas, but they're all such great people. I mean, obviously we have Faxity, who's been a host on this program and will continue to do so. I've really loved some of the stuff that Flea just talked about. Also showing us the RAR in that video was actually really sick. Like Flea always has his kind of ear to the scene and understanding what's coming up, what's popping off.
For sure. He gets it.
Yeah, man. I think in addition, someone else who really also understands what's happening in his lane, who will join us next, is last year's final Phase 5 winner. It's SCUF.
The surprise.
Yeah.
The man that shocked the world. I love this guy. Let's get him. Let's
bring him on.
We gotta go hard. Yes! Yes, baby! If anyone here doesn't know SCUF, you're a little behind. FaZe, SCUF here, and man, does that feel good to finally say.
Welcome
What's
back.
up?
Yeah.
Hello.
Wait, so what did I just hear about a Faxity button?
Bro, Faxity's here in spirit. Listen how loud this is.
No way. Oh man, I saw that. I honestly didn't know that was real. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like I thought he was kidding when he posted that. Wow.
No,
I need one of those.
It's real.
Can I get one of them? You got an extra one that actually?
No, I don't. For sale on the website.
That can wake me up in the morning. That'd be nice.
Oh, it does.
SCUF, you're not a stranger to this challenge or the show. Obviously, Phase 6, even though Phase 5.
Broke the rules for me, man.
You've been putting out consistent content for years, crushing it. You know, I hope I'm not misspeaking when I say this was your dream for such a long time. I just remember last year, we're like, not to make you stress even more, but we just knew it would be a beautiful sight when you got surprised by it. So
I respect
that was cool.
That was
awesome.
I wouldn't change a thing, man. That was the greatest day ever.
That was fun, man. That was hella fun last year, man.
It was so fun.
God.
Well, man, SCUF, I know we got a lot of places we could take this, but something I'm sure that people would love to hear who were in similar positions. I mean, you were one of the longest grinders for FaZe Clan. I mean, your name was out there in the community as somebody who wanted to be in FaZe and was pushing to be in FaZe for a very long time. And, you know, there are a lot of people who are in a similar position to you. I'm curious, like, to all those people out there, as well as just speaking on your own experience, like, what pushed you to not lose that motivation and to keep pushing for what you wanted and your ultimate goal?
Honestly, I feel like it's easy to not lose a lot of motivation when you're just absolutely obsessed with what you're doing. Like, I was one of the few lucky ones to actually be around before FaZe. I started sniping in 2008. So I was wrapped in. I was all in before any of this even started. So just the love and the passion that I had for gaming and creating videos and stuff, that was it for me. So when obviously FaZe, when it started, I was like, if there's a team that captures everything amazing about this whole scene, it's FaZe. So just being in love with this whole scene definitely kept me motivated. And you guys, I was just watching the FaZe New York house reunion the other day. top tier video, by the way. If any of you guys have not seen that, I've watched it 2 times. Literally the greatest. So you guys too, like one day thinking like I would be up here and talking to you guys and like being boys with you guys kept me extremely motivated.
We're the ones that are lucky to be friends with you, man. I love you.
You're my favorite COD point of view. I'm not even just saying that. Every time I see your clip on the timeline or like I pop into your stream, which I do sometimes, like it's just satisfying to look at. It just it's just like a robot. Dance, I love you, bro. Like COD is not supposed to be like everything just smooth, bro. Like I can't describe it. It's just a perfect point of view, man. I'm telling you.
It was learning from all the beasts that came before me, man. Jesus, Blue, Sprat, Pomage, all those guys. I mean, come on.
Like you said too, I love that you were here before that because I have a similar experience where I was the biggest FaZe fan ever back when there was like 2,000 subscribers. And I entered like a FaZe editing contest back in the day. I used to comment on every time FaZe would gain 1,000 subscribers, I'd comment on their channel. 11K hearts, 12K heart. I did that for like a year. I used to get so mad when people would get recruited. So to go from that to today, I'm with you. It's been such a fun process. But yeah, those are good times.
Well, man, I'm curious. It's been obviously a little over a year since you joined us. What's been your favorite moment so far?
There's 2 that stick out right at the top of my head. The first one being COD Champs. My God, we won it. We won the whole thing. So going and seeing
you
everybody.
were the good luck charm. That's what we needed.
I don't know, bro. Those boys played out of their minds. They were going crazy. So anything being like in person with you guys is the greatest. That was so much fun. Just being able to and see the house or the warehouse for the first time. That was sick. And the other thing, dude, FaZe Optic, that was ridiculous. That was.
I was gonna say. I have to say, like we've done a lot of cool things, but that FaZe Optic day was one of the coolest days ever, bro. Tico, it crushed my soul that you weren't able to be there because you're also.
I watched the stream. Though. I was sitting right here watching the stream.
I know we gotta.
But it looked so sick.
We gotta do something like that again. Yes. Whatever. It was just so fun to snipe on MW2,
bro.
Scope, bro. The night before. No, maybe the day before, not the night before.
No, it was the night before. I got a call from Rain at 3 a.m. Yeah.
It was the night before. We're talking somewhat Banks, I think, obviously. I love you, Banks. But Banks obviously just disappeared off the face of the earth. And they're like, bro, we need someone. But we got freaking Hex and Scump and who ended up even being the craziest. Formal, I think, was the one that was like insane.
Formal was popping.
We were just like, we need someone. Thinking. And I'm like, Scope, where does Scope live? Scope lives across the country. I started searching up the closest airport to your house and stuff. I'm like, Rain, hit him up. We hit him up like 3 a.m. This kid hopped on a flight 2 hours later. 2 hours later, and he came, and it was that was one of the best days. So
I was laying in that bed. I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. My mind would not let me sleep. The amount of outcomes that were going, I couldn't sleep at all.
Hey, like, I'm actually getting the bag. Took the bag too.
The Scump 1v1 at the end. I'm pissed, bro. I almost had it. I was too off. But literally imagine like Rain calling me at 3 in the morning. Like just picture this. Rain calling you guys, one of you guys at 3 in the morning. And it's like, hey, we're doing this big FaZe Optic MW2 collab. And Pomage just dropped out because Pomage was supposed to be the one to play in it.
Oh, you're right.
Pomage just dropped out. We need one. You in. And I'm like flying out to LA with the boys and meeting all the Optic guys and playing Modern Warfare 2. I'm in. Sign me up. Like it was a no-brainer. And I was on probably 30 minutes of sleep, but as soon as I walked in, I saw you, HYPEX, saw all the boys, I was awake immediately.
And you were cracked that day. That was fun. I'm gonna answer for him. That's the favorite moment, Seabass.
Yeah.
It's one of mine too. It's one of mine. Real fast before we go to the next question with Scope. I know Tico's got a couple questions. I want to just throw it out there. We're gonna be doing a Q&A soon. So please, anybody watching the stream on YouTube or Twitch, type in the chat right now any questions you have throughout the stream. Just throw all your questions in the chat. We're going to be doing a Q&A very soon. So we'll get to that right now. We got a couple more questions for Scope. We have I think one more person to bring on, and then we're going to get to the Q&A. So just want to throw that out there. Ask any question right now, please.
Go.
In the chat.
All right, Scope.
Yeah.
I got you some questions, man. I don't know if you saw last week, but Adapt kind of threw a little curveball and said that he would like to see someone put a bucket on their hat and try a trick shot, and we actually saw it a couple of days later. Do you have anything that you suggest, like, for the people going for phase 1? Like, anything crazy you want to see? Anything just over the top?
You know what would be sick to see? imagine I think this would be sick if somebody, because with the state of Vanguard right now and the state of sniping's a little bit weird. So all like the new gen COD. So I would say from like Black Ops Cold War to Modern Warfare to Vanguard, if somebody can hit a crazy clip on each game with an F1 clan tag, if they can do one crazy clip on Cold War, then Modern Warfare, then Vanguard, that would be sick. Seeing one on each and like all merged into one clip, I feel like that'd be sick.
Yeah, that's
Guys,
like
you're on the
old
clock.
School, yeah, that's old school phase 5 status. You throw the clan tag in, you got to go hit some crazy clips. So.
Yeah, do it.
Back in the day, 2013-14, this recruitment challenge that's now got $1 million signing bonus, everything. Back then it was, yo, put this in your clan tag and go hit some clips. You know, back to the origins.
And by the way, the lobbies were filled with GF5. Every ground war search and destroy lobby filled.
Bro, Black Ops 2. I want to play those games. I want to play those games so bad with like a nice. I got this Xbox back here, if you guys see it, but I don't think it works. I need to get a new 360. I know there's no lobbies.
Same.
Man, you should do Plutonium, dude.
You
should do Plutonium. You should try.
I did. I feel no. Plutonium was sick. Actually, you're right. There was no delay. I'm thinking of Steam, because if you play on Steam, it just doesn't work. But you're right. Low key, you're right. I gotta get Plutonium.
Dude, they added controller support and aim assist, so like you can actually.
Right, don't get me
good.
Don't
and
get me hyped up right now.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
I had a couple shots last year on Plutonium, but I would play MW2, and I didn't
see anything.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, but I don't post
with that
stuff.
With that stream background, we got to see some Apex.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. I got the clips here on my computer, bro. Don't make me pull them out.
Bro, what are we talking about, man? Let's see it.
So scope. I feel like you're the guy for this. Obviously, this is a question that's being thrown around a lot. There's a lot of people that have different opinions. People kind of get upset sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But just off the top, what is the greatest Call of Duty of all time?
Don't answer this incorrectly, Scope.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, well, I would say that we'll accept. I'll just
already know.
What is it?
There's listen. COD 4 and MW2 will always have a special place in my heart. But overall, if we're talking best COD of all time, BO2. Okay. League play. Bro, League play separated that COD from every other COD. There was no amazing community like League play. Every community was eating on that game, by the way. Trick shotters, snipers, trolling communities, zombies, campaign.
Listen.
I think it was the first campaign where they had multiple endings. It's BO2.
You have valid points. I don't
agree, but it's a good answer. I can accept it.
I flip-flop between the two. I have to stick with MW2 though, I think. I just have to.
Same.
But BO2 is like as close as possible to being there. And then COD 4 is number 3. You called me out last year when I posted my list, and you're 100% right. COD 4 is number 3 without a question.
Yes.
And all you jetpack kids, I don't want to see you in the comments. Put your jetpack.
Black Ops 3? Hey,
to me, like, it depends. My opinion, it depends how you rank those 3. It's subjective, but those are my top 3. Like, I won't hear any argument that doesn't have those 3 as the top 3. That's my personal opinionated opinion.
What does chat think? What's the best COD of all time? Best COD of all time. We got to see it in the chat, too. See what everyone says.
I'm scared to look at the chat. I'm going to look away.
I know.
I got some.
Like
I'm going to have to pull up some of these clips, though. Now you guys got me. Seabass is doubting my trick shots from last year. Hell yeah.
I'm not doubting it. I just want to see it.
I know. I want to see it, too.
Maybe. But all right. What?
I see a bunch of Modern Warfare 2. We got some real ones in chat. Let's go.
Honestly, I'm not looking. I was low-key scared, but I'm glad to hear. So, I mean, obviously, a lot of this conversation has revolved around you being a sniper, about the community. We're talking about our trick shots. We're talking about Potter's trick shots. So, a lot of people are like angry off the bat, thinking that we don't care at all about sniping or trick shotting anymore. As someone who won doing just that, basically alone, what do you have to say to the people that say that? And what do you, just in general, over that scene, like anything to say to them and any advice to give to them as well?
It's alive. And I mean, if any of them have been on YouTube recently, by the way, those old videos, like people making videos on the older CODs are popping off right now. And honestly, when it comes to FaZe, I feel like any community, any game you play, if you make it entertaining and if you're original and you do you, FaZe will pay attention to it. And especially when it comes to Call of Duty, I mean, Call of Duty is FaZe's roots. So if you can do something creative and something, Seabass has got that at my nose right now. I'm scared. But if you can,
that's what I got off for the haters, man.
Literally. But if you can be original on Call of Duty and stick to it, and the passion will show, and you make original content on it, I think FaZe was definitely going to pay attention to it. And like Apex said, I mean, use me as an example. We just last year, FaZe 5 just happened last year, and we got Neo Virus, and me. All three COD guys. So.
COD players, 100%, and Flea's a Fortnite player.
Yep.
People also think that you can't get in just playing, but again, that kind of goes against what we're telling you guys, that it's not, at the same time, it doesn't just narrow down to being a gamer or whatever it is. Anybody can win this challenge. This year, I think it's more up in the air than it's ever been, since there's one winner in the top 20 house and stuff. It's gonna be very interesting. But if you're a COD player and that's what you want to do, there's no reason to think that you have any sort of disadvantage anyone else has. I'm sorry, I'm crashing it just like High Sky did. Can you please show my screen? Put it on. I got my clip. I gotta show. I found one of my trick shots from last year. Guys, look at
last year.
This last year in Plutonium. Watch this. Tell me I'm not that nasty. Come on. Look at this. Hit the oh wait. Oh no.
Oh wait, no. It's okay. No.
Oh no.
Okay.
Put out.
Cut.
Nobody look. Okay, look. Got the bounce right there. Ready? If this one's. Oh Jesus! Oh no!
It's okay. It's okay. I'll blur it out.
Guys,
hold up. Blur it out.
All right, here it is.
It's like he never left.
He was jumping off the map.
I pulled the reload. Like, that's a nice clip.
I got the select fire on the bounce. Do you see this? Look at that. Quick little instant swap for the boys. Select fire. Come on. Look at that.
Like he never left.
Damn.
Look at calling me Drake Pex in the chat. Like I never left.
I'm trying to see an edit on that. Shout out to the editors competing for phase 1. Like, let's get some OCE going.
Seriously.
I'm trying to see some content.
Hey, I like that idea.
Wow.
Nobody.
That's sick.
Oh man, I should have had chat open. I want to see if they're talking crap or if they liked it. I hope you guys like.
Nobody's talking crap.
Odd shot of the day.
Nobody's talking crap. No.
Odd shot of the day. Wow, throwback. Yeah. Sorry, I took over there, but yeah. It's proof. All right. But listen, forget my garbage trick shots. All right, guys. We talked about trick shotting. We've shown a clip earlier. I want to show one more shot. Listen, I don't want to keep like Potter. We're showing you the love because you deserve it, because you're going crazy right now, putting out a bunch of content. So let's check out the bath shot that I talked about earlier.
Is it what I think it is?
Look at this man's knees. He exposed his knees to the internet.
The goggles, dude.
That is dangerous.
It is a little dangerous.
That's dangerous.
It's going to be hella funny.
Trick shotting lobbies.
Is that considered a hot tub stream question?
Yeah, hot tub streams.
That could actually get that could get trending on a certain site. You know,
for real.
Bro, it is a little dangerous.
Crazy.
I don't recommend doing that. A little weird that this is what 2022 is. People are still trick shotting on MW2, but they're in a bathtub.
Man, it's wild. Like, I've been around enough trick shotters enough time to know that, like, how many conversations of like, oh, I wonder if I could do this trick shot, or what's the craziest thing I could think of. It's been years of conversations like that, and I never even heard anyone say, yo, I wonder if I could hit a trick shot underwater. Never even heard that said, and this guy goes out and does it.
Someone in the chat said that, and I think it's a very valid point, so I just want to say it. Potter is a trained professional, so do not try that at home.
Yo, for real.
That man is trained. All right. I don't know who trained him, but he's trained, and he has the FaZe certification. All right. Like I said, we're gonna do a Q&A very soon. All right. So spam your questions now.
Drop the questions, guys.
Very, very soon. Scope, I love you. We all love you. The whole world loves you more. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being the best freaking example of what a FaZe member is, and the best example of a FaZe fan back in the day, and for repping for an entire community that is relying on you to keep pushing them forward. So
we're all in this together, baby.
We appreciate you. Stay safe.
Much love, man.
Hope you're doing good. We'll see you soon,
bro.
Yes, sir. Bet. See you guys.
Thank you. And all right, I'm gonna have to introduce this one because I'm a little biased. You guys see the room behind me? He built this from scratch. This man sat with me on a phone call, and I said, I don't know what I want, but I want something cool. Look at this. I got this projector on my screen. My hand's backwards.
The room is
the projector. Everything is all over the place. This has nothing to do with me. This is my boy Trek, and we're gonna bring him on. The reason he's coming on the stream, even more importantly, he was a FaZe 5 contestant last year. I think he made the top 100. And this is how you know there's no bias. He built my room. If I wanted to get him in the top 20, I would have. I think he was in like the top 25. He almost made it in, but you know, I don't like to tell him that because it's like, oh man, almost the top 20. But either way, he's here now, and he actually works at FaZe. He's an employee at FaZe that actually has a very massive, important job today, and he helps move the company forward in ways that he wouldn't have been able to do as a FaZe member. So it's really cool. It's another example of what FaZe 5, now FaZe 1 can do. Even if you don't win it, there's so much opportunity that comes out of it. I'll stop talking. Let's cue the Trek video. He built the setup. He's a master. He's a freaking genius. Check him out.
FaZe 5 is here.
All right.
This
Correct.
man is so talented. And
With
there's
your
a cat.
cute cat. What's his name or her name?
This is Moose. His name is Hummus, but he goes by
Hummus.
Moose.
We love hummus. It tastes really good.
Wow.
I like it.
Just love it up.
Welcome to the
What's up?
stream. Correct.
How we
Like I
doing?
said, first off, thank you for the setup. I'm using it from your beautiful hands that you built in your brain. So he built this room, like I mentioned. He was in the top 100 last year. He had a lot of interesting. Again, you guys should go check out his submissions from last year. For anyone that's not really a gamer, I don't know if you're good at gaming. Not to talk crap, but I would probably destroy you. I don't think you're that good at gaming. Now, if you're not a gamer, if you're not, someone who makes music or whatever, all the things you've seen us talk about so far are, and you're like, I can't really do it. Go check out his submissions from last year. It was really, he had a lot of very unique ones. And again, they stood out big time. And he made it really far in the challenge because of how great the content was that he was making. And it's completely different. You're like a filmmaker. I don't even know what you are, but I'm going to ask you the question and you can explain. So we need a little background about who you are. I've explained a little bit, but also can you explain how FaZe 5 eventually led to where you are today and working with us at FaZe, like deep
For
in
sure.
the trenches?
Dude, you know what's crazy to me is like the day before the submissions were due for FaZe 5, it wasn't even like on my radar. Like it was the date right before the submissions were the night actually that the submissions were due is when I made my first submission video. In one day, edited it, put it all out, did the like little rain scene where I was like screaming in the war zone, all that, and then just put it out and just was like, all right, let's see what happens. This might be the thing that flips, right? Because I was I had my agency established and we were doing a bunch of other stuff, and at that time there was kind of like time for me to sort of pivot. And I was like, hey, might as well, shoot my shot. I'm not a gamer, but that was the whole point of my submission. I am a gamer, but I'm not a gamer, publicly. That's a thing. And so, your point about rocking me is maybe not so accurate, Apex, but we'll talk about that later.
We got to see this.
I know.
Hold on, though.
I didn't
You
know
made
that though. Yeah.
In one day?
Yeah, I did. I did do that in one day. Because I was like, I had other projects that I was busy that day. And then that night, even my wife was just like, hey, she's like, you should just do it. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So
Wow, I had no idea. Well, that's I think we mentioned earlier in the show, and I'll repeat it again. Submissions have more than a week to go. I believe we extended it. We'll finalize at the end of the show the complete clarification, but I believe we'll get a second check, but I believe it's February 14th. We've extended it to go through the weekend. I believe that's a Monday. As we're hearing from Tarek, who was literally in the top 100 and now works at FaZe Clan, he did his submission in one day. So if you're still out there thinking, I haven't even started yet, it's too late, you're wrong.
Oh, you got like almost 2 more weeks.
You got time.
Yeah, so that's crazy because your submission was very unique too. Like it stood out to me, and also now that I'm even thinking back, that was all way before this room because I was still in a different place. I didn't even move yet, so it was before then. It stood out because of how great the content was. I remember seeing it. I was like, wow, this is actually really sick. But I mean, so I'm telling you how it stood out to me because it was unique. But why do you think that like you were? Why do you think your content was unique in a way that stood out to get you noticed for FaZe 5?
The biggest thing I would say is like what I'm really excited about when I'm already seeing in some of the submissions that are like kind of floating around the internet is that people are like really starting to identify the things that are unique about them, right? Like to me, I was like, look, if FaZe is going to pay attention to this, if anybody's going to pay attention to this, it has to be different enough and more about kind of me and my unique skill set, right? And less about what I think is like the obvious thing to submit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of threw some curveballs in there and was sort of introducing this idea of FaZe not only being just a gaming org anymore, but being a lifestyle and like a content and creative org, kind of big picture, right? And gaming being at the heart of that. So because, you know, I was getting straight C's in school because I was spending all my time on MW2, you know, and my Xbox was like my
Oh my
gold mine
God.
that was being taken away. So, you
By
know what
the
I mean?
way,
Like,
this man, not to mention, you just reminded me, but he's an architect. He has a degree in architecture. So don't act like you weren't. That's the thing, though. That's also like, look how far you went in life. You were an architect. You had your own company, like you said. There's so much, and you took the risk. I hope that you're happy with the risk you've taken because now you work here. I know you stepped away from a lot of things you were doing, but like the opportunity just grew out of nowhere basically for you. I think you're just like a great example of what this challenge really does. Again, you had an established career. You already went through architecture school. That obviously came into play here with my room. When I tell you guys this man measured stuff out by himself and came and was building physically with his own hands, that's like I don't understand you. But anyways, it's cool though. It's what we're talking about with Flea too. You never know what skill set you should work on because everything can come into play at some point. And I don't know. I just last thing I'll say is like that is something I'm very, very excited about for the challenge too. Again, there's gonna be one winner, but I'm excited to see more people like Trek who we can hire to work at FaZe. Like we need more people like you.
Yep.
We need you guys that are watching to come work with us and work here every day and help us grow the brand in ways that we haven't in the past. So it's just like a very important thing that I think people don't think about. And while we're saying that too, last thing I'll say actually, I noticed your hoodie from our guy Jay.
yeah,
Jay's also a legend at FaZe Clan. That's his brand he's wearing. Jay, if you're out there, we love you and you are a legend as well. We need more geniuses like Jay and Trek to come work here. So just know your application into FaZe 1 could be an application into FaZe Clan as an employee too, with a salary and everything. So
that is so true, actually. Like just for like basically people that actually go for the FaZe 1, it's such a good way to come on the radar, like you said, to get hired afterwards. Like whether you're a gamer or not, anything you do where you feel like I would love to work for FaZe or work at the office or anything, this is a great opportunity to kind of show yourself like, who am I? Why do I deserve this job? Obviously go for the FaZe 1, you can win it, but I'm saying this is a great way to kind of, you know, get that chance of the recognition of, okay, this person is interesting. Like this guy could really work here or whatever it may be. So like, you got to go sign up for this,
100%.
man. Like there's so much talent out there.
Just show what you do best, right? Like show what's unique about you. Because one thing I didn't realize when I was submitting is like how, like in reality, you guys are actually watching and like identifying kind of like, oh, this skill set could work really well here. And there's so many new things that FaZe is working on now, right? As you continue to like take over the world, that like, you know, you never know where you fit in. So just do what you can to show what you're best at.
Say we now. You forget that you're here now.
For sure. I'm talking to FaZe as FaZe the brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're in there now. You're us.
For sure.
You're
with the boys.
Sure. Yeah. No.
All right. So Trek. Obviously, you're a multi-talented. You're doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like I also heard you got connected or contacted by Marriott to develop their first NFT. So you're into that as well. What was that experience like? That's a, you know, massively growing side of the internet. So what was that like?
One of the largest hotel chains ever too.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
That was like, you know, that's the power of FaZe. Honestly, it unlocks things for you like that, right? So like to me, getting that call and people telling me, hey, the first and one of the largest hotel chains ever wants to do the first ever hospitality NFT, and you're going to be one of the artists on there, right? Then we brought in Jay, actually. We brought in Eric also. Shout out Eric, another super talented designer here at FaZe. Like us three kind of came together, figured out a strategy, talked to Marriott about what it is that they were trying to achieve. And then, you know, everybody made their own art in their own style. And that was official. It was the first ever hospitality NFT to ever hit the market, you know? So it was
I think that's sorry, I keep talking, but that's a point. That point is so important to me too. Like you just said, maybe that's like an opportunity you would have never you would have never had, but you would have never thought would come across your plate at this time in your life. You know what I'm saying? A couple months before, again, you were doing your own thing. You were still like obviously crushing it with what you were doing, but it was just so different than what you're doing a couple months later. So that's one of my favorite aspects of FaZe 2 is I feel like the opportunity we give some people like to shine is awesome. Like I look at Nuke Squad as another example. So many of these guys now, they've been in FaZe for a couple months. They've worked with McDonald's. They've worked with every brand I can even think of now. And it's just like, it just shows what hard work does. And coming into this ecosystem, again, whether it's as an employee, man, there's some things I wish I could even talk about that Trek's been working on, that Jay, whose hoodie you're wearing, stuff that people work on at this company behind the scenes. Some things never get released. Some things are obviously, it's just really cool. The opportunity, the companies that we talk to, and the chance that people have to grow their careers is just, it's major. So I'm just going to keep nailing that in, that it's equally as exciting to me to find people that we can hire than it is to seeing who's going to win the challenge. And I genuinely mean that. So
no question. And you never know what's going to come from it, right? You never know what you're working on or what craft that you're, trying to develop for yourself, how you might be able to apply it to something you're doing in the future, or who might come across what you're putting out when you really try to showcase that craft. Like, you never know. I think that's a running theme of not only this competition and this challenge, but also just life on the internet, is that you really never know who's looking for something that you do, and you never know where something that you do is going to take you. And it kind of goes hand in hand. You continue to work on yourself and grow and what you can do and expand and evolve and hone your crafts, but you also continue to showcase them. And if you can do both kind of hand in hand along the way, you will always be able to find yourself in a place you kind of never thought you would, just by virtue of how the internet industry and, frankly, content creation, entertainment, everything that revolves around our industries, gaming and etc. in 2022, there's always somebody looking for something that you do if you're good at it.
Yeah.
Dude, plus we're doing it bigger than ever right now. Like, this is huge. You know what I'm saying? We're talking like life-changing opportunity right now. Not just the doors that opens, but like even the prizes, even just like the way that this whole competition is structured. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're millionaire day one. You sign the contract, $1 million signing bonus in crypto. Then you got a nice car, too nicer than all our cars on this call. Probably
I don't have
you
a
get a
car.
brand new GTR, and you get a $250,000 deal for a year from G Fuel 2. It's like you just got set up for probably the next 5 to 10 years. If you do the right thing with your money, you're solid. Even if just with that. So I agree. The opportunity is crazy. The challenge. I'm excited, man. This is sick.
Yeah.
Guys, I think it's safe to say that I have the least exciting setup, but I kind of blame me being back home in Sweden in my old room, in my old room here at my parents' house. Obviously, you guys have insane setups, and Trek, like we said, you actually designed Apex. Like, what's your favorite thing about it? What was the coolest thing that you did? Like custom work? Like, break it down. Break it down.
It's a good question. Let me just say one thing. This setup that you're seeing behind me right now is completely temporary because I'm actually moving to a different room in the house.
Temporary,
so we're gonna go crazy when we get there. There's a whole bunch.
Please tell them what you're putting in. Just tell them.
No.
Oh my god.
When I'm back, we gotta link up, bro. Because you gotta do my room in my next house.
We've talked about this. Your room's definitely getting done.
Please.
Oh yeah. I have an idea for your room too. That's like something that would only make sense for you too. But we'll talk about that off the stream for sure. But dude, Apex's room, honestly, the projection mapping is super cool for sure because it's like mapped specifically. Like if you see the FaZe symbol right on top of his head, there's actually a lightning bolt that shines only on the FaZe symbol. So that's pretty cool.
Wait, real fast. Yeah. It's just sorry to cut you off, but even the FaZe symbol, this man cut it out of a piece of like aluminum, spray painted it in my grass, made the logo by himself. Everything in this is custom by him. Bro, he did. Bro, by the way, this wall is not a real wall. There's 3 windows behind this wall. So he made that. This wall was a glass door closet. Like, he reconstructed my room. I don't understand this man's brain. So I'm just saying, go ahead. I'll let you keep going. But in the meantime, I'll throw something on the back. Talk about projection mapping. We got our boy.
What?
He's
it's
so
like
white.
that. I didn't even know it was like that.
He's so white you can't even see him dancing. But that's our guy Blaziken dancing. And we got adapt. We also got this. I showed this last week. But yeah, the camera, what's it called? Projector is insane. We haven't even really like scratched the surface with what this projector could do. But sorry, go ahead. Trek.
It's all good. Yeah, we got to keep it simple. The best part about it, I think, is how convenient it is for you, Apex, to use, right? Like, you can walk in, you just make a voice command, and the whole thing turns off, and you say another
voice command.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
That is unbelievable.
I love the future in technology.
What does this guy not do? Man,
ease of use, dude. Ease of use is everything.
Hold on.
Yes.
I gotta understand a little bit more, Trek. So the design work I'm seeing on this is unbelievable. Like, how did you, even just for the people listening, like, how did you really get into designing something that comes to fruition like this? I know obviously you said you have a past as an architect, But we're talking about digital design, not only what we're seeing here, but some of the stuff we just talked about with Marriott's NFT and some of the private stuff we're working on. Like, how did you get into that world?
Dude, you know what? That's a really good question. When I was in architecture school, I was having a hard time focusing on the technical side of being an architect, like making buildings, and I was more interested in like doing ArcViz and like visualizations and 3D representations of designs. So I would spend 30% of my time on developing the design and 70% of my time on displaying the design, rather than what everybody else was doing, which is like 90-10. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'd have these presentations with like 4 images that were super refined and had great lighting, in my opinion, right? And all these things next to like drawings that were like really technical, like blueprints and things like that, right? So even my professors, like my thesis professor in architecture school, came to me and he was like, hey, you should probably look at exploring like the theoretical side of things, right? Like the design side of things, less than it doesn't seem like you want to go build buildings, which he was 100% right. Like I'm not really so interested in that, mainly because like the physical world is so limited to me, right? Like you can only do so much because gravity and physics and all that stuff that Newton invented like cause problems, you know what I'm saying? But like, in the digital world, you can do whatever you want. And especially now with like this new digital age that we're moving into, right? Like people are starting to see that and more, and like creators, and even some creators that I'm seeing submit for this competition, right, are starting to explore that like digital realm as a way that we live, right? Like if you think about like the way people use their social media profiles or things like that, like everybody's focusing on digital so much, whether they want to or not. And like now that I'm not limited by the physical world and I can live in the digital world, the possibilities are endless. You know what I'm saying? So
that's an incredible answer. No, I think you kind of nailed it in understanding where your passions are. First of all, I think that's fascinating that you were able to identify what you actually liked doing and what you didn't, because some people, don't come across that understanding as early on as they would like to in their life or in their pursuit. So first of all, credit to you for kind of cluing into that pretty quickly. But second, I think your explanation of the digital world as well as expressing yourself within it is incredibly interesting. I don't think, I think every single person who's listening to us on the stream right now probably pulled something out of that that they can learn from. I thought that was a phenomenal answer. And I frankly, I think it's a good thing that you headed towards this path, because I mean, as we're continuing to see, your work in design and animation is phenomenal. And something that we love to do here on the show is every time we're bringing on someone who is part of Phase 5, we're showing them some new submissions. And I believe we've got something queued up from an incredible animator named Super Duper Greg, who I'd love for you to take a look at.
Let's do it. Ooh. Oh, we're going dynamic. You see what I'm talking about?
Wait, that's completely animated?
Skateboarding too. Yeah.
100% animation.
Damn, that looks so real. Wow.
I need that camo suit though.
I know. Bro, I don't know how you guys do it. I can't even imagine the amount of time that actually takes to do that.
Can you manage to render though? The render?
Yeah. Bro, I used to render a 5-minute video. My computer would crash and I'd start bashing my screen. So I can't imagine.
Used to run into my room. Can you help me? This render crashed.
I can't imagine building
those
that.
Are the worst days.
Dude, man. I mean, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about, right? Like that content lives natively 100% in digital, right? And that person, Super Duper Greg, fire. I don't know where you got that mocap data from. If you pulled that or you animated that, that's sick. It looks super fluid and dope.
Yeah. Where's that mocap data come from, guy?
Yeah, Super Duper Greg. But for real, like that's what I'm saying. Like this Super Duper Greg is thinking about the world that we live in and pulling like skating. We have a lot of skaters in our world and a lot of friends of FaZe that are skaters, right? He's putting together a whole kind of collection and he's delivering that boom in like that 5-second clip, right? And that's fire. I think this is so exciting to me because I can only imagine what's going to come next from here and from other people like him who are submitting. You know what I mean?
I never even thought about that till now, but wow, I would love to see someone fully like go digital on everything they do. And
yeah, it's funny because we said, people were asking, do I have to show my face to participate? You don't even have to exist to participate.
Exactly.
It's like,
what if he shows up in like a green screen suit or
unbelievable?
Bro, I'm sure like Trek, I know you and I know your brain. Like if you were in it this year and you finessed your way to the top 20 house, I know you would do something crazy in the house. Like I can't even imagine. And bro, that's what excites me. People that actually sit and try to be as creative as like you were last year. Bro, I want to see some crazy stuff. Like Super Duper Greg, you guys just really put him on my radar. I want to see what else he does because To see
Oh, yeah.
somebody really enter in the anime, like the digital world, that's so unique, man. And you're right, the world obviously is going bananas about the you know, that space and where we're trekking. Trek, you see that right there?
Now you
guys like
understand
that
it.
one? Yeah. So, anyways, that was sick, and I'm excited to see more from you, Super Greg. But listen, Super Duper Greg. Sorry, don't get it twisted, Seabass. Trek.
Wait,
we
am I allowed
know-
to stop by the top 20 house when that happens?
bro? I'm sure you're
wanna
gonna
go
be a
hang out
way
in there.
bigger part of that than you even know already. So
Fire.
we're
I wanna go
gonna
hang out
we're
with
gonna
you.
have some fun there, me and you both, and hopefully Seabass and Tico come flying in too.
Yep.
Listen, I know personally, I even bothered you about something yesterday. I know you got nonstop work to do. We appreciate your time. Thank you. And it's very,
Thank you.
we are
Much
blessed
love,
to
man.
have
Thanks
you
for
in the
coming on.
FaZe ecosystem. And, you know, you did a great job last year, and I'm so glad to work with you on this brand now every day. So thank you for coming. We'll see more of you, these guys. If you don't know him,
Appreciate you
again,
guys.
I'm glad you got to get a deeper introduction. Trek, thank you for coming. We'll see you soon, guy.
Time. Much love, guys. We'll talk
Have a
soon.
great day. Have a
Take
great
care,
day.
brother.
Be well, man. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Last time I'm gonna mention my setup because people think I'm out here flexing. I'm not. I'm in shock.
It's for a good reason.
I'm in shock about what he can do. The last time I mentioned it is because we are giving away a gaming setup. Like I mentioned, we're giving away the ultimate gaming setup, bro. Everything.
Man, run them off with their
ever
winning.
need. Can we put a graphic on the
Give 'em the
screen?
list.
I'll read this off.
Give 'em the
I got
list.
the list right here. I got a graphic. We got a SteelSeries headset, mouse, and keyboard. What I have on my head right now. We got a brand new PC, a brand new HYPERX. Everything is brand new. A HYPERX mic, a FaZe Clan neon sign. You saw mine in the background. Neon signs are so underrated. I know Seabass, you got one too in the background. Of
Yes.
yours. We got a Respawn gaming chair. If you ever needed a chair, we just partnered with Respawn recently. We're going to be sending some gaming chairs as well. We got an Oculus Quest 2. We're talking about the digital world,
digital.
metaverse, this and that. Put the damn thing on your eyes, bro. One time I walked into the FaZe office and I saw Seiko playing with the freaking VR machine, shooting zombies. That was the coolest thing I've ever done. I swear to God, that was one of the coolest things. I took the headset off his head and I shot some zombies. So much fun. We're giving away a VR machine, so don't miss out on that. A webcam as well, so you can get your streams nice. 2 monitors. You need the dual monitor setup at least. You know what I'm saying? Last thing I'll mention is the Zuru Blaster. Seabass, I know you got one with you. If you could pull that back out again. And a lot more. So all you have to do is register to be automatically entered to win. FaZeClan.com/FaZe1. I hate you if you don't register. I'm saying it now. You have every reason on earth to register. And
You
can
have
put
nothing to
for
lose.
free. It's completely free. Nothing to lose. Register FaZe1, FaZeClan.com/FaZe1. Seabass, show us the side of the Zuru Blaster though. Are you joking? It's a
Go
FaZe.
register.
It's a FaZe, like, what is the proper term for it? I don't even know, but it's a gun that won't hurt you if you shoot it at your friends. It's gonna actually be sold in stores. Sorry, what was that? I got it in my ear.
It's a blaster.
Blaster.
We're not hurting anybody with these. Don't worry. It's just imitation.
We should have some challenge with that in the top 20. I'm gonna leak that. Let's think of something.
Real life trick shots.
Ooh, real life trick shots. Yeah, but X shot blaster. Zuru.
There's
blaster,
a lot more
check it out.
too. It's not just
We got
that.
everything.
There's a lot more to come.
There's a lot more. Everything we just mentioned is literally a full-on setup, probably over $5,000. The mouse.
Yep, and it's very simple. What do you need to do? FaZeClan.com/FaZe1. Submit your registration, accept your registration via your email, and that's it. You're done. That's all you need to do in order to win everything we just listed.
And I can't wait for the kid right now. That's all right. Fine, I'll sign up. I'm not gonna wait it, obviously. When you win, I want you to tweet at me and say, "Wow, I was wrong," and I. Okay, but yeah, go enter FaZeClan.com/FaZe1. Don't miss out. That's a sick setup. I need an
Absolutely.
too, dude.
All right. Well, speaking of tweets, we've been getting flooded the entire show with people wanting to ask us some more questions. We're getting questions in the chat, questions in our Discord. We're getting them from everywhere. I think we're going to start to jump to some of them right now.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm going to ask you guys this question first. What is your best advice for a smaller creator that doesn't have much recognition right now that's going for FaZe1?
I mean, bro, I feel like a broken record, so my answer is the same thing it's been, which is stand out. Don't be just get I'm not gonna say that. Get your butt up and go do something and stand out. That's it, bro. It's as simple as that. Just go. Just literally just go. Like, don't make excuses. That's the thing in life in general. Everyone loves to talk about all the reasons. Oh, I can't do this, and I do just go do it. Period. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. I mean, I think the session we just had on with Trek is great illustration for all the things that can come. He wasn't making that much. I don't think he was making anything. He made his submission video in one day.
Yeah.
But he's very talented, and we saw that, and we wanted to see more. And now he works with us in an incredibly important role.
I'm looking here at the questions. We got some Q&A questions here in the chat if you guys want to see them. But someone said, what's the best advice you guys have for female creators? What do you look for? Seabass, I'm going to throw that one to you because I know you specifically are very excited to see what the
without question. My best advice is to understand that we're really looking to see what you have to offer, and I can't offer you guys enough support in participating. I would love nothing more than to see an incredibly high participation number from women. We know there are unbelievably talented women creators who are not only in the gaming space, but entertainment space, whether that's music, whether that's streaming, whether that's content creation, it doesn't matter. There are incredibly talented women out there and whose name isn't being mentioned as much as others because some of them just aren't getting as much love as, historically men have. And we would love nothing more than to be able to change that. I mean, I think a couple of weeks ago, we had the Montoya twins come on and really speak to that as well. And they talked about some of the things that have been most important to them is also receiving support from not only their community, but the fellow women in their space. We would love nothing more than to continue to highlight female creators. I really, really would love to see some in the top 20 house. We'd love nothing more. So please participate. We cannot stress that enough.
100%. And sorry, I just saw 2 questions that I keep seeing. So I'm just going to go at these real quick again. Someone's asking like, okay, I live here. Can I still enter or whatever? Don't ask us. Everything that you need is on the website, FaZeClan.com/FaZe1. You enter the region you're from and whatever, and you have all the information you need that tells you there's only a few places and stuff like that where unfortunately we literally can't do anything about it. There's some places that are excluded and some people, depending on age and depending on your country's laws. So it has nothing to do with us. If you have that question, your best bet is going to the website and checking out all the rules and all of that stuff. It's all on the website. There's nothing missing. And the last one I'm gonna do, then I'll let you go see Tico. Yep. But someone said, I play Siege, Rainbow Six Siege. Can I still make it? First off, thank you very much. We got one of the best Rainbow Six Siege teams in the world. Our guys from Brazil crushing it.
Shout out to them.
Of course you can. Of course. We've mentioned it a million times. I'm just gonna say it again because everyone keeps asking, is it gonna be this? Is it gonna be that? I only do this. Anything, guys. Stop limiting it. It's actually, you're starting to annoy me. Stop trying to find a reason why you can't win. Yes, if you play Siege, if you play COD, if you don't play anything, if you're a music artist, if you're an artist, I mention this every week. Someone made rugs like this one sitting here and he made it to the top 100. Anything you do can do there. Stop asking. I'm not answering them anymore. Stop making excuses. Yes, go sign up and just do your thing.
Of course. Please. So I'll take another question here and to give some more clarification because I know I mentioned we would get it later on in the show. I can officially confirm the the submission date has been, registration and submission have been extended to Monday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. That's our gift to you because we love you. 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, the same as it was previously, the time, but it's now Monday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. That is the new final submission time and registration time. Now, as we learned earlier in the show, you can figure out you've decided to participate a day before that and still make the top 100. So you have plenty of time to participate and to be part of what is going to be the biggest thing that we've ever done. Not just picking the top 100, but making it into the top 20 and being part of our top 20 house and the content show that's streaming live 24/7. There is no better opportunity, and you've just been extended extra time. So we can't wait to see everything that comes in. February 14th, it's a Monday,
even less
11:59 p.m. Pacific time.
Even less excuses, Seabass. You're right.
Absolutely.
Facts.
So
I might have a question here. This is kind of an interesting one. So what advice would you give for someone that doesn't have all the right tools, like equipment and all that stuff for the phase 1? So obviously everyone doesn't have like the crazy setup or the best camera or whatever it may be in your like creative world, but like just a quick answer on my end before I kind of let you guys speak on it. But if you have a phone, you can be pretty damn creative and you can do a lot of cool things. So I would just say, make the most of it. You know what I'm saying? You can still really put yourself out there, your personality or whatever it is that you pursue with simply a phone. So don't let that limit you. Don't use that as an excuse. Go sign up, go do it. You never know where that can take you. Maybe you will receive a setup later on. Like a lot of things can come for this. So don't use that as
you
an
might
excuse.
receive a setup just by registering, first of all.
Facts.
And,
Yeah, I
and
was gonna say the
second,
same
I know it's
thing.
I know it's hard to
100%.
look out there at all these established creators and see Apex's room and think, I don't have that. But the reality of it is all of us started with none of this. We all started with, you know, whether it's our phone or actually for us back then it was like a Dazzle or a HD PVR, which we would save up months.
I used to borrow my parents' camera and stack it on top of books.
I had a
I remember the first
monitor.
video I saw at Tommy. He did the same thing. He had it set up like back here, and he was recording his TV.
Brother,
like every creator out there started with almost nothing.
And also, just use me as an example. I said I'm not going to mention the setup. Seabass mentioned it. This means nothing. I cannot make anywhere near the content that some of you are going to make. I'm burnt out, washed up, getting fat. It's not happening anymore. All right. No. So this setup means nothing. My point is, you don't like Tico said, all you need is a phone, whatever you need. By the way, like Seabass also mentioned, you can win everything you need anyways. Sign up and no more excuses. I'm going to actually ask a question, Seabass, because I hope you have the answer because I don't.
Yep.
It's actually a really interesting question to me. Someone said, if I submitted my submission, can I remake it and resubmit it?
I don't see why not.
Right?
You know, I know there's as long as you hit the deadline, I don't see why not.
I agree. I feel like that you can go. I know you have to submit the link on the website, or you get an email that has all the information. But wherever you submit your final link, you can go back to that area and resubmit a link again.
As I understand it, via the terms, the final link they submit is the one that will be judged and viewed.
100%.
So I don't believe there's an issue with that.
Especially now with the extended period to head out to submit your submissions. You have till February 14th. You have until that day to put the link in that you want to submit. So yes, and honestly, people have already submitted some submissions. Maybe in the upcoming weeks when we start watching them, if we give some feedback and you're like, all right, I don't feel like I did it good enough. I don't feel like they liked it, whatever. You have some time. That's why it's important to follow along with this show as well. Like, we're going to be giving feedback. We're going to be looking through it. So yeah, I think that's a really good question, honestly. And we just got the answer. Like, yes, 100% you could resubmit if you get the link in before the registration closes.
An important reminder too, you got to put the link on the website. You have to give us the link. Obviously, we want you to post it to your social media platforms because feedback in a public forum is important, but you have to send us the link as part of your registration process.
Yeah. Guys, again, when you sign up, everything that you need will be emailed to you. You need to be able to follow simple email steps to be a FaZe member anyway. I'll just say that from now, Seabass. So follow along on your email. Everything's there. I promise it's very easy to understand. Everything's there. And if you have questions, we'll be here to answer them. But just sign up, put your email, and if you need help, there will be people that are available to help. And you can also ask your mom, your dad, your parents, your friends, whoever. It's very easy, though. There should be no reason that you can't understand it. So sign up, and all the information will be there. But the answer is yes. Anyone who submitted, just to wrap that up, if you submitted and you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling this, I could do better than this, I rushed it, you have time. You have another 11 days to submit. So go get it done, put the new link where you need to submit it at the end, and you can reset, I guess.
Absolutely. So I think we can wrap it up here. I have one more final question. And this is both an answer and a non-answer. You guys will see as it comes. But we were asked, what are the top 100 challenges going to look like? What should I expect if I make the top 100? And the only thing I'll say is that it will be different than it was last year. I think you guys have already seen that the open contest challenge that we put out was very different than what we asked people to do in the first 2 weeks of Phase 5 2 years ago. It is much more centered and focused around one piece of submission, taking all your efforts and putting it into a very short consumable piece of content, as opposed to a repeated challenge like we did 2 years ago. You can expect this to be a little bit more similar to that, in that I can't tell you what's coming. I can't tell you how it's going to come. It might be one, it might be this, it might be that. But it will not be the same. It will not be a repeat of what happened 2 years ago, where it's like rapid fire contest. It will be different this year, but I can't tell you what. You got to make the top 100 to find out.
100%. And I love that people are already thinking of, all right, when I get to the top 100, what am I going to be doing? Keep getting yourselves excited because it only gets more fun. I cannot wait for the top 20 house. Ooh, All right.
It's going to be fun.
All
right. So we'll wrap up the questions there. If you have any more questions, our Discord is the best place to ask them to get a quick answer from our moderation team, who's fantastic. Discord.gg/FaZe. As well as last week, we did a Twitter space answering questions. We'll likely do one again pretty soon. I don't know if it would be in the next day or two, but if you're following us on Twitter and you're keeping an eye out for a space, we'll go live there and answer some more questions as well. But for your immediate answers, Discord.gg/FaZe is the best place to find them. But that'll wrap up for the questions for now. I think we got some stuff to give away.
Yeah, we do. We have some last giveaways. We mentioned the whole setup. This is really interesting, though. I just got word, Seabass, that Cristiano Ronaldo himself is watching this live stream. Pretty interesting. But we got giveaways to give away today. We got a $100 voucher to FaZeClan.com. All right, and G Fuel Tub and Shaker that you can get for free. Enter in the Discord at discord.gg/FaZeClan. We got tubs of G Fuel shakers, and we got merch vouchers. If you didn't win, if you were here from the beginning and you saw Tommy miss a couple baskets, unfortunately, we're gonna be giving away more. So enter the Discord and the dunks. Oh man, the dunks were his redemption. Didn't work out. Enter discord.gg/FaZe. Come win some stuff for free. I can't believe how much free stuff we're giving away, and some of you are just sitting there watching, eating your chips, and you're not even going for it. You can't, Seabass,
couldn't make it any easier for
you. You can only make it so easy for some people.
We're trying.
Last thing is, don't forget also the ultimate gaming setup that I mentioned as well. All the probably $5,000 worth of computers and monitors and all of that. So again, that is just by signing up FaZeClan.com/FaZe1. Sign up, go to the Discord, win free stuff. Stay tuned, stay involved, get your information. We're about to have fun in the next couple of months. So that's it. That's all I could say. I'm done forcing people to make smart decisions. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Tico. Oh, who was that?
Hey, wait. Who was that? Who was that?
No way, Stosh. No way, it was Stosh.
Bro, everyone just wants to be on the stream. What can I say?
Awesome.
It's an odd place to be.
I love
nice
that.
guys jumping in. All right. Thank you guys, Tico. I love having you here, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys next week. Right?
Big shout out to Faxity. He'll be back next week. Much love to him. Hope you're doing good, bro.
We love you guys. Faxity, enjoy. We'll be back next Thursday, 12 p.m. Pacific time. FaZe up. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Have fun.
Time is winding down. Register.
Tag us on Twitter. #FaZe1. I want to see your content all week, every day, whatever you do. Good luck. Have fun.
Else.
Register, submit. We'll see you later. Love you guys. See you next week.